Hi, Olivia Boudram here, and you're watching Health Before Travel, the channel that helps you to think about your health before your next trip. Now, most of the travel insurance plans are filled out online today, and yet there's still some confusion in how to fill them out. Today, I want to go over how to fill out that application and hopefully to get you through the process in a much more simpler fashion. Let's get started. So first you're going to go to yourtravelinsurance.ca. This is my website and I'll leave a link for that down in the description below. And certainly if you have any questions, go ahead and leave those and I'd be more than happy to get back to you. I'm going to scroll down here. You're going to see that we have coverage for out of province or country. Remember, even if you're traveling outside of your province, each one of them have their own individual plans. And so you want to make sure that you're covered even if you are leaving your own province. Visitors to Canada, anybody who is visiting here, you need coverage for them. They also have the Super Visa coverage, which is for people who are staying longer than a year. Then you have, if you already have a plan, maybe through a credit card or through your group plan, you might only just need a standalone trip cancellation interruption plan. And so there is that coverage here as well. Now, for those of you who are listening to this video and actually do not live in Canada, we do offer insurance anywhere in the world, no matter where you're traveling to, no matter where you live. And you would just click on this one here and it will take you to the link and you can actually just put in and fill in the information on that one. It's a very, very straightforward application. But for illustration purposes, we're going to go through this one, which is out of country, out of province. So you would just click on this, on Read More, and this will bring you to the page. And down here, you'll see where it says Get Quote. This is going to take you to one of the insurance providers that I deal with right now. I deal with many of them, but To Go actually has a very simple online application process. So I thought I would take you through this one just to give you idea as to the cost of your travel insurance plan. So we're going to start with the origin or where you're residing at. I'm in Ontario, so let's start there and click on that. The destination, so where is it that you'll be traveling to? So no matter where you're going in the world, let's just say you're going to Costa Rica. We'll just click on that. Are you traveling as a student? Say yes if you are, and no, we'll say for illustration purposes. Now, are you traveling through the US? And then say no to that one there, just because even if you are going to Costa Rica and have a stopover in the US, you're not spending any extended time there, so you go ahead and click no on that. What is your trip start date? So let's go to that. We say we're going to leave on the 20th, and when will you be returning? Let's say that you're going to be returning in May, and we're going to put down, say, May the 4th, okay? So for illustration purposes here, you just really need to put in your first name. So let's go ahead and put in Jack, and Jack's date of birth. So he's, say, born in 1976. And he's on Cinco de Mayo, which is May the 5th. So here it will come up with a premium that's due for the emergency medical travel insurance plan. And here we would just go ahead and add that to cart. You want to just check and see that its origin is Ontario. You will be traveling to Costa Rica. Jack is leaving on the 20th and returning on May the 4th. He's gone for 15 days and he is 40 years old. So you're just verifying the information that you put in and make sure. Over here it says choose your deductible. You'll see here that if it's $300, that means that you're going to be paying the first $300 of any claim that you should put in. So therefore there's no charge for that. If for any reason you want to take on more risk, you can actually change that down here and you'll see that your premium is actually less. If you want to take on no risk whatsoever, and you'll see that they'll add an additional 15% charge and your premium will have actually increased. So you can actually play around with that and decide which budget suits you the best and the risk that you want to take on. So that is that. Now, the only thing I really want to draw to your attention is this particular, where you click on here, View Details and Coverage. Now, this is going to take you through exactly what it does cover. is covering you for up to $5 million in medical coverage. And this is going to cover you if for any injuries or sickness while you're away in travel. These are the benefits that are going to cover you while you're away. What's your eligibility? Well, you must not be traveling against medical advice. You could not have been diagnosed with a terminal illness, and you must be a Canadian resident. So I just want to draw your attention to the exclusions. And you really want to read through these carefully, and if you don't understand any of what's written out here, you probably want to get in touch with a travel insurance specialist just to go through that definitions with you. Certainly if you have no pre-existing conditions, if you're a healthy person, have not been to the doctor, have not been on any medication, have no changes in your health whatsoever, then this is really not of a concern for you, because you don't have to answer any medical questions, and you can go ahead and just purchase this policy as is. If you have any questions because you have been to the doctor, you are not sure if you're stable, if you meet the criteria, if you're actually within the definition of their pre-existing condition, you have any questions whatsoever, it's really, really in your best interest to reach out to somebody and ask those questions, and make sure that you do get the coverage that is suited to you, and make sure that you are that you are traveling with the best coverage that suits your needs. Okay. So that being said, so Jack is good. He's all good to go, and he can go ahead and purchase that policy. Now I just want to take you back here, and we just talked about those pre-existing conditions and no medical questionnaire. So let's change Jack's date of birth here, and let's put down that he's actually born in 1953. And we're going to get a quote for Jack now. The same thing. Well, that price doesn't come up right away now, does it? Not like it did when he was only 40 years old. And that's because there's a little red box here that says that he needs to actually answer a medical questionnaire. So because Jack is now over the age of 60, he needs to read these questions carefully. And you want to go through these questions very carefully and answer exactly the way that it's spelled out for you. So after you go through this, Jack, for instance, is on high blood pressure medication, but here it's saying, is he on any medications for lung conditions, diabetes, or heart conditions? And he is not. And so we're going to put 0. It's going to take you to question 2. So within the last 24 months, has Jack suffered from a TIA, or a transient ischemic attack? The answer is no, he has not. Now that will take you to question 3. And as we talked about before, is that Jack actually is on high blood pressure medication, and so we're going to need to answer this question correctly. And in this case, we could just put 1. Now he might be on 2 or more medications, but it doesn't matter. Jack doesn't need to answer any more questions, because the price for this policy has already been determined based on his answer of 1 medication. So we're going to go ahead and press Save Questionnaire. And now you'll see that the price of the policy has come up, and that is now including that he has answered the questions, and they now know that he's on high blood pressure medication. The same thing will apply to Jack as well, to make sure that he is eligible. The same idea as the description, as well as remember those exclusions. And remember, he is now over the age of 60. So he is going to make sure that he is stable for 365 days, which just means he's had no changes in his medication and no changes in his health. Sorry, it's 180 days because he's only 63. So, and after age 75, it's 365 days. So again, you just go ahead and add that to the cart. And once that's done, you want to make sure everything else is correct, that you verify that the dates are correct and your place of where you're going. You go ahead and you just purchase the policy. And now it's going to ask you for your last name and all your address. And then you can go ahead and put in your credit card. Complete purchase, and that's it. You have coverage. That's a simplified explanation in terms of filling out a travel insurance policy. So there are other things about this policy that you can do. If you are traveling 2 or more times throughout the year, it might not be a bad idea just to take a look at the multi-trip plan. If you have plans with other companies, through your credit card or be it through your group plans, then you can just go ahead and get these non-medical plans. Means that you'll have no health on this. You just need to get the additional one, whether it be the baggage loss, trip cancellation, or just trip interruption. And then you can add those onto this premium here. Very straightforward, very easy to navigate your way through, but definitely if you have any questions, I am here to answer any of those questions for you. That's filling out your travel insurance policy online. I hope that I simplified it for you. It should be really straightforward. If you're a healthy person, it's really very easy to fill out, and just click get quote and you're done. You actually will be insured. You can be on your way to the airport and just get that for yourself online. So I hope that that makes it easier for you. However, if anything about that application you are left thinking and questioning and wondering, don't wonder. You don't have to do that by yourself. Always just make sure that you are covered. Feel good, travel with peace of mind, know that you're actually covered and you have the correct policy that's suited to you. And that's why don't focus on the price. The price is one thing, but it actually comes down to making sure that you actually have the correct coverage for yourself. Until next time, don't forget to think healthy, stay safe before your next trip.